MaJaMa Jams is brought to you by You Tell Us.
MaJaMa.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Paul Lynde. Well, somebody had to be.
Welcome back, everyone, to MaJaMa Jams, a show where we discuss other people's work to avoid doing our own. And as you might notice as you look around us here, it is undeniably one of my favorite holidays, which is Halloween. Guys, welcome to the Paper Pit at its apex of spooky seasonal celebration. We are back with the orange streamers and the adorable cups we got. Pumpkinhead here, pick it up,
No,
stupid.
I wasn't going to do it, but then you all did it at the same time.
Matthew, you're a flippin' contrarian. Now it's out of time. What an a-hole. What a completely useless a-hole that contributes nothing other than the stellar set of which I do nothing to set up. So guys, happy Halloween. We are at the crescendo of this season now. And what are we doing today? Not a horror movie. No, 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 nay. Something better. Something still horrific, one may say.
Okay.
This one over here had a seizure of joy once I suggested it to him, coming from the year of 1976 when things were quite different. It is ABC's The Paul Lynde Halloween Special.
Happy Halloween, everybody. Whoopee.
Now, I don't know exactly what the cross-section of viewers we have here, basically Mom, Paulo, and Conrad, but I feel like at least a couple of those people know who Paul Lynde is. Paul Lynde is a celebrity from the 70s.
Do we know who Paul Lynde is?
That's a great question. That's a great question, Matthew. What we're going to do here is we're going to break down with Mr. Lynde.
Was he the inception of that voice?
Well, I was going to say, I believe most younger folks would know that he has to be the inspiration behind Roger, the alien un-American family.
One thing they don't tell you about these vacuum pouches is you can save a ton of money by not buying the pump.
That has to be where Seth was kind of like riffing off of. It's literally that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I asked for pecan sandies.
Yeah.
So Roger the Alien, I believe, is a takeoff of Paul Lynde. Mr. Lynde was apparently mostly known, we think, from our assertions of being a regular in Hollywood squares.
From what animal do you get your silk blouses?
An animal to you, Peter, but kind and generous to me.
He was a comedian. He started as a comedian. He started to do bit parts here and there. Bye Bye Birdie.
What's the matter with kids today?
The Glass Bottom Boat. One of your favorite movies.
Knock it off, Buster. I've been watching you all evening. You've been acting very suspiciously, especially around the buffet table. The buffet table. And you haven't taken a bite.
Yes. And a fun way to spend a tropical afternoon looking at fish at your feet.
And Bewitched.
Gotcha now, Uncle Arthur.
Forgive me for not rising, but I'm up to my neck in work.
And he was the wacky neighbor on the Donnie and Marie Osmond show.
He was the wacky neighbor. He was
always crawling through those windows.
Perfect. Don't let those stop signs slow you down. Well, better late than never.
He was in the Dean Martin, one of the many Dean Martin shows.
Now listen, kid, you can't be too careful. I've been married to my wife 23 years, and I've always lacked that one thing that would have given me 23 years of happiness.
What's that?
The key to the bedroom.
So he became kind of
Pretty
like...
sure Dean Martin wasn't him. That's
Probably.
the arrangement they made.
Yes. So he
won't
was...
do you special unless you get on back there and just shove it out. So Paul Lynde kind of was an original famous
Let's
for being
also put a
famous.
disclaimer out there to maybe pace ourselves with the homosexual jokes, you know?
He was homosexual?
Inspire a little bit of ingenuity and creativity.
Yes.
Let's not go for the low-hanging fruit.
Speaking
Jason?
of going for the low-hanging fruit, let's talk about Paul Lynde and the Boy Scout. So, Paul Lynde is one of those things that you kind of can't believe exist because he seems to have been created in a lab so that D-bags like us could sit around decades later and be like, golly gee, Matteo Molinari and Matthew Ellsworth, isn't it wacky that the Paul Lynde Special exists?
I can't believe I'm hearing this.
There wasn't a time when he was a flesh and blood human trying to forge his way into entertainment. He was preemptively created decades ago by AI so that people like us could snicker at him, or that Seth MacFarlane could make him a voice of an alien in one of his sitcoms. This man is not real.
Oh, not necessarily.
Apparently he was very depressed and an alcoholic.
Possibly.
During the special.
Yes.
I'm a very chic. That's why they call me Florence of Arabia.
Now, as per my previous statement, I was kind of saying, like, not even trying to hate, how did this happen, that this man was given a 1976 ABC Family Halloween Special, invite him into the homes
It wasn't
at night.
ABC Family, it was ABC.
It's funny.
Thank you.
And then we watched a little thing by the immortal Bruce Vilanch, another man who, how did this happen? How did this happen that you look like this? Prince Valiant had sex with a killer tomato and then you came out just scaring children of all ages into celibacy? I'm never going to have to be inside something that looks like that. So, Bruce tells us that Paul was trying to get specials made in this time. They were flopping, really. He talks about how Paul, similar to Mateo's absolutely flawless dissertation, breakdown, that he is the 1970s Ken Jeong, where he is great in a tiny dose, but then when you do the whole shebang,
you don't
it's
make
just
the
like...
Ken Jeong show.
Well, they did, actually, I think.
They called it that?
So maybe.
Ken, I feel that you and I are friends.
Really? We're gonna have that argument again?
Where he was playing a doctor.
Imagine Ken Jeong and Paul Lynde in a buddy comedy.
Oh my God.
If you took the claw end of a hammer to your temple for 30 minutes and just wailed away, it would probably be
They should come with the label, take in moderation or something like that, because in moderation they are fantastic. They're absolutely, they are killing.
They were great, like, cut to, say the line, boom, audience explodes once or twice an episode.
Boom, gotcha! Mr. Lynde is back, madam.
Genuinely. So it was interesting to find out that Paul was kind of seen as that best and taken in small doses, struggled with a couple specials, and then almost to kind of throw him...
TV show.
TV show.
And they tried to do...
Struggled in general in life.
They tried to do a sitcom, so like the Paul Lynde Show.
You deliberately misled me. You let me think you were naked. And when you thought that, I was immoral and immodest. But with my shorts on, I'm as proper as you, right? Wrong. I wouldn't be caught dead in candy-striped shorts.
And the next...
Paul Lynde Show?
Yeah, something like that.
And so after the failure of these, it kind of seems like he was given this special as a consolation prize.
Well, maybe they were just trying. They probably had him,
because
they probably had him contractually obligated to do something on the lot.
One is that,
other than blowing random dudes in the bathroom.
And two,
now, I don't have a problem with it, but is that really the extent of the job? Say no more.
Is that you have and I hate to say this because it's horrible, but it's what it's considered. You have a property or a hot commodity, and you don't know exactly how to use it, so you try different venues, different stuff.
What are we doing with this?
Yes.
What is that thing in the corner? What is that thing?
Leave.
That's Paul, sir. He desperately wants a special.
Well, why me?
So it kind of makes sense. Like I said, I wasn't being a hater. It's just strange that they would give this man... Okay, my example, Mateo, more so than the Ken Jeong, is this like them being, this fall, ABC is going to have the Andy Dick holiday special.
Whoa, way too dated. Way too dated.
No, it may be dated, but Andy Dick is a flawless comparison to Paul Lynde, except Andy really leaned into the persona. But it just feels... Am I leaning too comedic, or is it kind of a weird anomaly that
we're not including his? He had the center square on an old game show called Hollywood Squares, where
Celebrity Shapes,
where he was there. That was his.
And it was exactly the thing.
He was a staple.
He was just like in moderation.
Yes,
it wasn't all in the answering the question.
Well, especially back in the day, we're thinking about the deluge nowadays. His name probably stood out. I mean, how could you not stand out? So you have him as a personality on that show, so this makes a natural...
maybe Matthew's right. Maybe because he played that role so well, he became the it boy, the Fonzie of Hollywood Squares, and it seemed a natural progression until they realized that more than 30 seconds of Paul Lynde felt like vicious, dry anal rape.
Well, I mean, literally.
Any notes back from the studio?
You will never bend me to your will.
Never. I, who have driven hundreds of concubines mad with desire, I who single-handedly attacked Laverne and Shirley on camera.
It's the same, to a degree, the same destiny that happens to a lot of SNL Alan. That in 5 minutes skit, they're great.
Chris Kattan has entered the chat.
Yes.
Imagine getting Paul Lynde, Andy Dick, Chris Kattan, Ken Jeong.
You could list 500 names.
Yes.
Easily.
Yeah, but I feel like those are very, very of a
I mean, it's also
similar
the
ilk.
character bit actor parts where they're like, hey, that's your shtick. Do it, monkey.
Yeah.
Whoopee.
And once again, that in itself is a huge accomplishment.
Absolutely.
And just a talent to be able to recreate that same persona and character every single
People
time.
who don't try to do, they don't. No, I remember my brain has weird stored random chunks, but Lisa Kudrow on a
Nothing's
Howard
stored.
Stern interview around the time of Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion, saying something like, they wanted me to do that character, and Howard Stern being like, yeah, and that's a big thing to have that character to go to have them want to sell it. Like you work to get to that.
Yeah.
I think it's funny people are so quick to jump on. Oh, you just do that one thing you're known for. How, like, dude, do you know what I had to do to form that? To be like, that's a thing I'll get paid for?
Yeah.
Every night I thank the skies that I have that shtick that they just know me for.
In certain cases, it works. Like, for instance, I remember that Fran Drescher, she went to school to learn how to reduce her nasal voice for her role in the immortally famous The Beautician and the Beast.
Oh.
And when she showed up on the set, the director say, "The hell are you doing? I hire you because of your voice, because of that fun." So she had to completely disregard whatever she has learned. Sometimes you have that one character that works. Sometimes, tragically, you don't. Or you have it that works. Like, for instance, also, David Spade. Brilliant mind. I love his writing and everything.
The Hollywood Minute became his existence.
Yes. He has
some variation.
He has
of that.
created this, not even insult comic. It's different. He's the sarcastic, sardonic, I zing you and everything. But it's very hard then to cast him otherwise.
Yeah.
And so.
Also, Chris Farley's dead, so who's he going to act with?
Very true.
A baked potato?
Adam Sandler.
Ugh.
No.
We now return to MaJaMa.
Witchy Pooh! Mr. Lynde is back!
Come on down. Can't you do anything like normal people?
I'll forget it.
Oh, come on. Admit it. You've been having a good time.
I feel like we're really getting nice analytical breakdowns of how Paul got there and not really zeroing in on endless gay jokes. With Matthew, it's your fault. I told you to really bump that up.
We have to talk about the
We're going to talk about the special, which I was about to get into because...
What special?
We open on Paul confused. Things start out pretty good as far as thinking that it's a Halloween special, because I do think it diverts. So in the beginning, we have Paul dressed up as Santa, dressed up as the Easter Bunny, mistaking which holiday it is. It's, a toothless little harmless bit, but it works for a family
special. Have you seen this man's mouth?
And they even have a dance with the spooks.
They have several dances.
Yeah, no, but
one of
the first 5 minutes.
One of the things that has Matthew transfixed about this is he's utterly terrified. But is it mainly the white mask in the opening number?
It's just a white hooded mask with like
the
lipstick and mascara on the eyes. It's horrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's an interesting imagery. Some dancing Halloween people come out. Matthew's generally frightened by one of them.
Okay. You saw it too.
And then the story goes that he meets his two sisters, or
his home.
The sister. The sister of his maid.
And they are
witches.
They are Judy Garland from The Way of Music, played the witch.
Margaret Hamilton,
and
who
Billy
was the
Hayes.
wicked witch of the West.
I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog too.
And Billy Mays, who is with the
spokesperson for OxyClean.
Yes. No.
Witchy Pooh from
Billy
HR
Hayes.
Puff and stuff.
Yes.
Among, I think another witch too.
I'm so mad that I could cry. I'm the loneliest witch in town.
But I think that she was famous for that. And very briefly, a cameo by Betty White.
Very, very quickly.
Yes.
We'll meet again, Mr. Lynde, when you're somebody.
She has a striking resemblance to Betty White. But then so many witches do.
You don't
She
get
didn't
that
stick
level
around
of
or
talent.
nothing.
Yeah, you didn't get that level of talent for that long.
Yeah.
She's out.
But well, Don and Marie, they arrive,
Yeah,
they
literally a
put a
second.
lid, and they
Well-
leave.
I tell you, I've had it with you little monsters. Who's responsible for this?
Cute, Donnie Marie, real cute.
You know,
Yo, they look crazy. Like, I mean, maybe that was their
like they came out the womb like that, like looking like a smooth
Yeah,
24.
but just
also
twins.
with the glitters and stuff. They look like they were born like that.
Both with like the helmet hair. It's just very, very odd.
And then the story goes that the two witches.
The 3 wishes give him 2 witches.
Yeah,
Now here,
grant him 3 wishes.
now 2 things happen here, Mateo. 2 things happen here. One,
No,
this
it's
is
3 witches.
This is where I feel we take a hard left into decidedly non-Halloween territory, which I think is a faux pas. But what's more interesting is that if we're going to break down this special for its absurdity of existing, sometimes it's just a special and we're just like, hey, let's dogpile this old variety special. But there was one thing here that I was utterly transfixed by and could not figure out, especially because of societal attitudes at the time and television standards. This was 1976, so we're what, like 2 decades out from Elvis being
Where were the
censored
censors?
below the hips. So Paul's first wish in this idiotic thing, which is going to lead to many non-Halloween based skits,
Yes.
which go on way too long, is to be a truck driver.
I want to be a trucker. I want an 18-wheeler. Brand new. Red, white, and blue cab.
It's just for the truck stops.
Now,
He just wants to cruise.
you can make me a truck driver. Just stop it out. Paul, nothing is getting delivered. Things are being delivered, all right. Now, Paul comes out in an attitude which, if I was to make the most cliche, bottom-of-the-barrel, offensive, homophobic joke about how he would be dressed, that's how he is dressed. He is in a studded, white leather, friggin' cap
like
hat,
Elvis.
a low-down, chest hair hanging out.
His name's Big Red.
And this is the moment where I'm like, so many questions come tumbling out. One, was this a time where America genuinely believed that this man was not gay?
Paul Lynde is obviously someone that is in the closet, but on some level, he was completely out in the open. I mean, his jokes basically said, I'm gay, and screw you if you can't handle it. And he went at him pretty hard without ever saying it.
2, think of the fact that someone like
the 70s, no
Paul
one knew
Lynde
what gay was even.
had to not be like, oh, you're that, but you're not.
And let him pick the wardrobe?
Exactly. Who the hell picked this wardrobe, right? Now, there's other things.
Well, look at the entire cast.
Hail to the bride! Hail to the bride! Spread out, folks, and make some room!
We could break down things about the skit, but essentially it's a skit from a 70s thing with Tim Conway, and again, we'd be looking to dogpile for internet content. However, I do think it is genuinely hilarious and fascinating to see that outfit that Paul is wearing, which looks like he is walking into a truck stop at midnight, flicking the lights 3 times so that all the gay cockroaches know to crawl out and start sucking, and just...
That's how it works?
I don't understand.
I mean, don't forget, it was the 70s. Look at the rest of the style of everyone else performing, you know?
Yeah.
It wasn't that off compared, you know?
Yeah.
Everyone had the flashy sequins and was dancing around, blasting chest hair.
And apparently it was the first time that Kiss were on television.
Hell, that's what I've always wanted. 4 kisses on the first date.
Your friend sure has a weird sense of humor.
In prime time.
Hold on, we're getting ahead of ourselves with the cultural Kiss timeline. I am blown away because Rod Serling, the master himself, said that when an episode of Lassie showed puppies being born, which he thought was a wonderful way to teach people about childbirth,
But that
there
was
was an
like-
angry letter from someone saying, how dare you show this on TV?
That was like
I
50
know that was the 50s. You cannot tell me that there was not some dad watching this and that night being like, I gotta sit here and watch this man come out in a studded outfit in
He's
front
a
of my...
character. He's a wacky character.
Yeah.
He's eccentric.
These rhinestones are my trademark, and trucking is my game.
He's definitely not having sex with men. You know that for sure.
He,
That was how they fixed
He kisses Florence. That was the ad on
He's eccentric. He's wacky. He's definitely not having sex with men. This Wednesday, feel free, completely safe and natural to tune in to Paul Lynde's Halloween Special.
Plus, it's not really a special for kids.
Pinky, I mean, choose between us. Who's the best man?
Now, boys, how can I tell who is the best man until I marry him?
So marry me!
No, it's just like a generic family special.
Like even like
But
yeah,
he's
like
saying
he's
family.
fighting over the girl with Tom Collins, Pinky Tuscadero.
Oh, so they apparently can't. They can't list Pinky. They list her middle.
Yeah, they don't call her
Well,
Florence.
because they don't know they
Carol
didn't know
Brady Henderson.
how she was in the name of the actress in Happy Days, so they had to put Pinky Tuscadero.
But I can't be Mr. Pinky Tuscadero.
Hey, nobody ever said that. It's not going to be like that. We're going to be together. We're going to have fun.
Yeah,
She was in Happy Days.
Everyone, give a warm welcome to Richard Gerbil in the Ass Gear. I told you, my agent said you can't refer to me that way if I'm coming on your show.
And then there was Billy Barty.
Would you care for something, sir?
No, thank you. I don't smoke. It stunts your growth.
Probably the most popular little person in Hollywood, who was playing the waiter and the owner of the truck stop.
A precursor to Vern Troyer.
He was in...
What? Because he's a little person?
The most famous little man in Hollywood.
Oh.
That's what Vern would
It was
become.
mainly me, Vern Troyer.
No,
I know that.
Oh, okay. No.
I thought that was a flawless reference. He said the biggest little guy. Vern's card said the biggest little guy in Hollywood.
Okay.
And Billy Barty he started to play with, among the others, Spike Jones and his City Slickers.
Sir, that spotlight is a little bright. My eyes, I can't see the keyboard. Thank you. Sir, that spotlight is a little bright. I warned him, didn't I?
And he was even in UHF with Weird Al.
You can fit him in anything.
Yes.
Speaking of things that Billy Barty was in, you ever seen that scene in Bruno with the little guy spinning on him? Well, let me tell you, backstage after they called rap, Paul and Billy Barty. So we have Paul's gay fantasy truck driver thing where he goes from truck stop to truck stop, and then when he comes out, he's walking funny and bow-legged, and he can't continue the special. And they're like, what is that all over your face? Is that cake frosting? And he's like, it certainly is. It certainly is a lot of it. You ever seen the end of Ghostbusters? That's what Paul looks like on a Saturday night in West Hollywood.
Not anymore. Sadly, he died 6 years after the special.
Yes, because of the special.
Yes.
Oh boy, that's cold.
Well, I would love to know if, similar to saying the specials or shows before this didn't have good ratings, if this plummeted. Look, I'm just genuinely curious how this was received, what the ratings were like. It just seems, and Bruce Valanche, we found a Bruce Valanche clip.
Paul Lynde, he had done a sitcom called The Paul Lynde Show that had one of the biggest opening numbers ever. I mean, rating. It was a huge rating the first week. People hated it. The second week, the rating, it was like a, big old atom bomb. And that was probably because Paul was best taken as a flavor in a recipe. You'd bring Paul in, he would do one line, and kill with that one line, and leave. And one of the things they gave him to make him happy was his own special. Marrying Paul Lynde to Halloween, those two elements worked well because there's something essentially witchy about Paul Lynde.
It also threw me off to how old Bruce Valanche is and would have been in the 70s. If he's 70-something now and he was 50 years ago.
He was writing at 12.
76, so
He'd be
50
26.
years ago he was 26, yeah.
Okay.
And he wrote also...
This holiday is yours, but we all share with you the hope that this day brings us closer to freedom and to harmony and to peace. No matter how different we appear, we're all the same in our struggle against the powers of evil and darkness.
Really?
Yep.
This was his thing?
Yep.
Wait, he was the writer of this?
Yep.
Yeah, we watched the whole special on it.
I never said he was bright.
We now return to MaJaMa.
she is cold.
That's legendary.
Is it? Is it?
So what happens then is this Halloween special takes a couple of left turns because of this wish fulfillment plot line that go off into the Pharaoh one where he's just groping on
Pharaoh,
Florence.
the Sheik.
The Sheik. The Sheik where he's just groping up on Florence Henderson, and
she wants it though.
She does want it.
Oh, I'm yours. Lay it on me lips.
Talk about fiction.
My main question is, this show has probably, I'm not exaggerating, 96 songs.
Right.
It was constant.
You have told me that you've been watching it in pieces on YouTube since forever. What parts? The opening credits?
We definitely watched opening credits. And the first dance.
Did we watch it? Because I feel like
because you kept. I mean, it was something like the Holy Grail for the two of you, since I've been known you, and now I say, what the hell are they watching?
Mateo, that's a great point, because when it's a valid point. When I suggest, this is a fantastic point. This is the point of this episode, because when I suggested doing this to Matthew, his face lit up like Paul Lynde when he said, "Do you want to go back to that truck stop where Jorge was there and knew how to do that circular thing counterclockwise?" So you were so excited to do this, but it's mostly torturous and uninteresting in the name of mockery based on such musical numbers. This is why I highlight the truck stop outfit as perhaps the one time, and then you shot it down and said it's of its time, as the real moment where it's like, what is going on?
That's what I said.
What is going on here? Now, we can goof on Paul Lynde's general aura and sense of presence in this world.
I think that's where all the interest in doing this as an episode stemmed from. Paul Lynde himself.
Yeah. Because his truck driver uniform, whatever you want to call it, costume, it's kind of like the Evil Knievel.
Oh, I'm Evil Knievel, and you're in my pit stop.
With less, probably, to say...
Am I looking at it with too postmodern eyes? It's just that for that time it was, that's it?
70s was a flamboyant time.
I think that for the time, yes, it was something that you would expect in a show like that.
I mean, granted, it's still a Leatherman's uniform. You're still wearing the friggin' hat and chains.
Yes.
And
allow me to put it in a different way. My beloved Kids in the Hall, Scott Thompson, another very famous gay man and creator of Buddy Cole, a very flamboyant gay man who would do monologues.
And then there's me. Actor, singer, dancer, model, Canadian.
I picture this like ABC in the height of 90s homophobia, giving Buddy Cole his own. Buddy is
well, that's the thing.
He's an entertainer through and through, same as Paul is, so I get that, but I am just genuinely shocked that you would give Buddy Cole, this lounge singer gay, a primetime special. Look, I'm happy if they didn't care, or I'm probably more because if things are closeted, but like,
are you happy?
It seems odd.
Sounds like you would have ripped him off the ratings, ripped him off the something.
What are you trying to say, man?
I'd rather be in Vegas.
It just seems odd that this exists, which again is the reason for doing it.
Well, learning more about Paul's history, like I said, I think him on Hollywood Squares is what kind of boosted him up into a Hollywood persona. Other than that, it is kind of weird with him not having like hits under his belt.
Speaking of hits under his belt,
to rely on.
I gave you the cockatoo. A man gets mighty lonely in the Foreign Legion.
Can you imagine Paul Lynde and Rip Torn no, I'm sorry. Well, that's insane too. But can you imagine Paul Lynde and Rip Taylor just going at it? And by going at it, I either mean just machine gun firing shtick or machine gun firing jizz on each other.
But I think you also have, Paul Lynde, from what I was reading, never came out publicly.
He would have loved to have come out. They knew he was anyway, but I think he could have been the first to really score.
So, it's one of those things where...
it never came out. I think the second he uttered his breath...
Where it's like, okay, as long as you don't say it, we're fine. He's quirky. He's quirky.
Yeah. I mean, like, for instance, Liberace, also he had a lot of specials. He was even a guest on The Muppet Show.
Take over, Ralph. Okay.
Which is usually kids friendly. As a back then, I remember, for instance, in Italy, around this time, maybe a little later, but not so much, a wonderful singer and a wonderful brain also, which luckily enough, they let her actually use it, and she became she
gave Wonderful Brain?
Yes, she transitioned from being just like a singer into a hostess, and she was absolutely fantastic. But it was this stunningly beautiful woman with an incredibly deep voice.
Voulez-vous un rendezvous tomorrow?
And I remember for the first 2 or 3 years, everybody was saying,
It's a man, baby!
she's a man. She's a man. Oh, she's a man. She's a man. And it was very weird, but like, for instance, when I was growing up and seeing this thing, that the first exposure to television and stuff like that, never for a second there was the idea of saying, oh, and this is Elton John was seen just like as eccentric.
Don't go breaking my heart.
A guy who
This
would
is an insane
dress
concept to me.
I think like in a very weird way.
I have too modern eyes.
Yes.
My eyes.
Yes.
I don't
think also most people didn't want to see it, and a lot of people
Yes.
didn't actually see it.
And there was also much.
Again, the truck stop. See.
I love a good joke.
There was also, for lack of better words, much more innocence, if you will, in the public, and main thing above all, you watch that commercial break, you just say drink something and everything. Now you watch something like that commercial break, or not even do a commercial break. You start to create information, false information, stuff like that. People talking. Over there, you didn't have that social media or way.
This was the extent of the gossip. Honey, is Paul Lynde gay? I don't know. Let's put the kids to bed. That's it.
Or the classic, maybe he hasn't found the right girl yet.
Yeah, what's your girl's name?
Kinky Pinky?
Wait a minute, that's my girl.
Oh, yeah? Well, we're getting married at midnight tonight.
Well, so am I.
As they say in the diner business, first come, first served.
Do you guys think that had this special happened
I think
like
he's
a
gay.
decade later, or even especially in the 90s, then it would have been more like they gave this... But I guess it would be like giving Nathan Lane in the Birdcage or Nathan Lane in real life a special. I don't know. I don't know if this is a false angle, like you say. I'm just too modernized, but we did this because it seems weird that this exists.
For reason, yes. Nathan Lane works, besides being absolutely fantastic, but he works very well as a gay man in the Birdcage. And he works, oddly enough, as a womanizer in The Producers.
Fire down below!
And you never question it for a second. You don't say, wait a second. It's just like one of those things that if somebody brings his or her presence, and it's, again, for lack of better words, pleasant, you're watching and you say, oh, I like him, he makes me laugh, or he's a good singer, or whatever it is the case. Back then there was not the fact that you say, oh my, he must be gay, so I hate him.
Definitively, I've now realized that the internet was a collectively terrible thing. We will never be able to put it back in Pandora's box, but the innocence that we've lost can never be duplicated.
No, absolutely.
Never.
I'll forget it.
Because when you had let's say, more controversial characters, and again, I'm using very broad terms, but they're not exactly that, but like David Bowie, he didn't come out exactly as mainstream, and he was more, I'm diverse from your average singer, like that. He made an impression, definitely. Then he has also the talent to back it up, and then he evolved and he became worldwide known and appreciated by a lot of people. But originally, he was kind of like more of a niche.
Well...
And not like Donnie and Marie, for instance, who were just like the classic...
they literally show up for 2 seconds just to go.
Yes, they put a lid on a can.
Yeah.
Who's responsible for this?
Throw them in the
Speaking
garbage.
of putting a lid on a can, one time Paul Lynde took out the trash.
That was nice of him. For his roommate or for himself?
He just did for his roommate. He was in a good mood that morning.
It was
said,
his turn, or he just like...
No, he actually, it wasn't. That's
oh,
why
wow.
it was really a nice moment.
That's
nice. Impressive.
Whoopee.
So a little bit of other stuff quickly, even though Paul, like you said, was the main discussion
Just too
point.
much singing and dancing.
We apparently have the first ever television appearance of Kiss.
3
They give him
performances
3 songs.
from Christ.
What do they have? We have
Florence
Florence
Henderson
does a song.
Sings the Old Black Magic.
And it's like back to back. Like the song just wraps. Another
Would
one
you rather
comes
have more
in.
skits?
Yes.
Yes, you would.
Yes.
Kids, I have great respect for the things they say. I'm called the Rhinestone Trucker because that is my name.
Here's the prize, so what do you say? Who's gonna get the bride away? Saturday night. That old black magic has me in its spell.
Oh, Beth, what can I do? I'm king of the nighttime world.
Shake it up, shake it down, put it in, move it round, disco baby.
My God, yes.
Basically, there are 2 skits.
No, I mean nothing.
There is, aside from the opening, there is the truck stop and there is the shake
At
one.
least we end on a Halloweeny note.
Yes, at
kind
least
of bookended by that. But
yeah.
I do think you could have had fun, like having played Count Dracula, trying to sink his teeth into a woman.
Did anyone else feel like his thank you at the end was very genuine and heartfelt? And
Yes.
thank you
Yes.
for
Oh my
actually
God!
doing
As an entertainer myself, I did that. It seemed very genuine.
Thank you for making me feel wanted. And thank you for inviting us into your homes tonight with our Halloween special. I hope we were a howling success.
Perhaps because, as we found out, he'd been struggling to get a show on the air.
Possibly. Usually also it was a...
No! It was special.
Okay, it was special.
It was special. No,
Never happen again.
I do know what you mean. It did seem a little extra.
This came out as very genuine and very, very earnest. Very from the heart.
In case I don't see you for a while, to all you little monsters out there, you have a happy Halloween.
Well, we covered most of the special, and it's pretty boring. And I guess we on Scraps we do our favorite line, but what I would like to do is instead end with a question. Matthew, how much did the special and dissecting it live up to your orgiastic viewpoint of it and fetishizing doing this?
3%.
Oh, you stupid asshole. And these people cat down and expected a great Halloween episode. Well, you know, guys, I do always love doing this stuff because I'm a massive pop culture geek and I love digging into these moments in time. So this was kind of a nice moment for me, and I hope it was one for you too. And honestly, I appreciate you letting us into your living room every night. I appreciate you letting us into other places too. Well, from all of us here on the couch, from MaJaMa going out to you, I'd like to wish you a very happy Halloween. And thank you for being with us. If you've been here this long, please give a like, please comment, please subscribe so you can not miss, sorry, Freudian slip, so you can not miss upcoming Paul Lynde breakdown specials. And from all of us here on the couch, we hope you've had a wonderful spooky season, a great holiday, and that was a jam. Wonder what that means. Wonder what that means the finger is going into. That is Donnie. That is Donnie. That is Donnie Osmond after the show.
You couldn't
It is
tell.
like a warm cup of tea. It is up. That's Marie.
This is not enough. Can we make them suffer more?
We can show them bad CGI shark.